Hello everyone and welcome back to Renowned Explorers International Society, the Emperor's Challenge. You know what? I haven't won in a while. I don't know how long it's been. 2-3 runs, at least? Let's try to get a win, shall we? Not that I ever don't try to get a win, I'm just terrible at it sometimes, but let's see if we can do better. Let me check and make sure this episode of Darkest Dungeon is uploading correctly. Looks like it is. Very, very good. And I guess while we're here, we could take a look and see if there's any comments. Yes, quite a few actually. Very nice. I do appreciate it when you guys leave comments. I like reading them. They're a lot of fun, and I hope you guys get some enjoyment out of the interaction with me as well. Most of these comments, however, are on Darkest Dungeon, so perhaps I should leave those for a Darkest Dungeon episode. Would make sense, although I do appreciate this comment here about trying to use the occultist as a damage dealer. Yeah, I actually like him as a damage dealer. He's not the best by any means, but he's very, very good in that 4th or 3rd position, and he does get to use his buffing and debuffing abilities from there as well, which is nice. One thing I've not done much of is use the occultist as a marker. I tend to not do that. I tend to use him as either a debuffer or as a damage dealer, and usually, well, and mostly as a healer, but he only has that one heal skill, so you put that in one slot and then you use the other 3 however you want, and I tend to go damage and movement abilities with him. If I want a debuffer, a stunner, someone like that, I tend to go for other characters. But yeah, anyway, we'll see. Yes, I do apologize for the friend notifications that were in 2 episodes ago. Not intentional, but I needed to get that episode done before my wife got home, because when my wife gets home, it is time to eat, and that is all it is time to do. She has the... Well, I was going to say very typical. In my experience, it's very typical. When a woman wants to eat, she wants to eat, and there is nothing else that is going to come between her and getting food as soon as possible. Like, it's one of those things. And most of the women I have known tended to get headaches or things like that if they did not eat on a regular basis anyway, so that doesn't help, of course. But yeah, when my wife is hungry, she is not in the mood to talk or do anything else. Talk about or do anything else. Doesn't matter what it is. If food is not, not the subject, she doesn't care. So I do try to make sure that I get these videos done before she gets home so that she's not waiting on me to go eat, which makes her cranky. But yeah, thank you for the comments. Do appreciate those. I will read through the Darkest Dungeon ones a little bit later in more detail, and I guarantee you that I am reading every comment you guys leave. 100%. All right, let's go back to Renowned Explorers. Let's see here. What is the... Oh, what is the challenge for today? Oh. Amazing armor and expert diplomat. Interesting. Huh. So, my thoughts on the amazing armor challenge. The way I tend to buy armor, and the way I tend to get armor, is an all-or-nothing strategy. If I am going to go with tanky characters, and I do sometimes, but typically only in gold runs, collect runs, so that I have enough to do it. When I'm going to go for armor, I typically don't buy anything until I can afford the best armor item in the game, and then I buy that, and then I never buy any more again. Which makes it very, very bad for the Amazing Armor Challenge, because I will often not get the first couple levels of it until very, very late in the game, when Rivalo has already gotten them, of course. And then once I've got that really nice armor item, I tend to not get any more armor on that character ever. So it's not ideal. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. Are there any characters that specialize in gaining armor? I mean, technically Ivan, with his campfire story here, he gains half of his armor as speech. Technically, that's a scaling, right? But it's dependent on getting that campfire card, and it's dependent on having a very good friendly crew to work around him. Is there anyone else who like scales or works with armor really well? I'm not sure there is. That is probably true. There aren't many perks or many characters that directly work off of stats or at least not defensive stats. Speech defense, grit, armor. Which is understandable, because it would be very, very easy for a character to be overpowered if they gained things from getting those defensive bonuses. Which is why Ivan can be nice if you use him in that way. Huh. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Alright. What was the other option here? Campaign Token Master. Oh, and Amazing Armor again. Huh. But this time it's the secondary challenge, which would make it slightly less pertinent to complete. Campaign Token Master can be really interesting. We've worked with Campaign Token Master a couple times before, and there are a lot of people that work really well with it. Han Pete is a great one, 5 to 10 gold from campaign, and just extra campaign for using insight, which is incredible. Really great start with him. Hildegard gets some research from campaign, so she starts with some extra mastery. Quam can work in any of these situations because he can grab whatever helpers he wants, and so he can get very cheap lobbyists. What else? I know there's at least one other person. Who is it? Oh, Bia. Bia is really good with campaign. She doesn't help with the mastery, but she does help you gain a lot of it very, very quickly. The other thing you can consider is things like, let's see, is it? No, I was gonna say, min-jeong, I was thinking might have gained extra status on her campaign tokens, but it's not. It's on her study, so never mind. That is not one of them. Okay. Well, so typically, if I was going to pick the best character possible, it would be Jan Pete. He is excellent for campaign token mastery, and he does like to get a fair amount of armor. That's not going to help us get anything new treasure-wise, unfortunately. Both because we need to go to the Saxon Kings, which we would not start with for a campaign run. And also because we, I believe, still need a friendly reward from Shangri-La. Is that correct? Yes, we still need the friendly and campaign one, which we were trying for last time and did not succeed. This is the weekly challenge, so we could come back to it. Amazing Armor and Expert Diplomat is interesting to me because we could go gold, which would be nice because we can start with the Saxon Kings, where we do need 2 items from that. And we could go friendly if we wanted to, which would allow us to try to get the Shangri-La treasure. Although not if we focus on gold. Now, we did do 1 devious run to Shangri-La. Did we not? We did, and it was gold. So that's a little unfortunate. We have done that one already. But we have not done a devious in campaign, which would be an option for this challenge, Campaign Token Master Amazing Armor. But there are no devious characters that are really good with campaign. At least, not as much. Han Pete can suffice. He has a decent single Sadden attack, but he has no extra moves that are good with Devious, which makes me reluctant to pick him in that sort of situation. Bia, same problem. Bia is very, very good aggressively, but she gets no special Devious attack, so even though she's good with campaign, she's not ideal for a Devious run. Now, one thing I did learn is that the special treasure in the Saxon Kings requires you to complete a Tactician challenge first, and, Archaeologist challenge first, and we did not have an Archaeologist before. When we actually got the opportunity to beat that and hopefully get the special treasure, we didn't have the Archaeologist with us, and we failed to check. So if we were going to start Saxon Kings, we would want to probably bring an Archaeologist with us. Yeah, it really comes down to, do we have a good option for, let me think about this. We could go Devious and Study. We haven't done that in a while, and that treasure is still available in Shangri-La. That would be interesting. It would be hard to afford the armor because we would not be getting enough gold, probably, unless we really focused on adding gold generation in some way. For instance, we could go with Anna. You know, we haven't played with Anna in a while. If we went Anna, and we went purely into Study, we could hope to get enough upgrades for gold for our Study token to be able to afford some of the really nice armor items later. That is an option. Now, if you are going with Anna, you want to focus on nature challenges, and that requires a naturalist, a survivalist, and an athlete, which does not have that archaeologist in there we were just talking about, which is a little unfortunate, but we could probably get around that. And it also does include the diplomat, which we would want for expert diplomat, of course. If we were going devious, who would be our diplomat? Baby Charles. Most of the devious characters are beguilers. Maria's really good and friendly, not devious, but Yvonne, who is probably one of the best devious characters in the game, is a beguiler. Now, min-jeong. Min-jeong is a diplomat, is she not? Oh, she is! Ooh. Never mind, I take it back. Min-jeong is an excellent devious character. Incredible at devious. And she is not only an archaeologist, she's also a diplomat. That would be perfect. Yes, that would be perfect. Very nice. Let us take Anna and min-jeong. Now, again, we would theoretically want our last character to have survivalist or athlete or both in order to fulfill having the nature challenges we will need. Does anyone get even close to that? Kiwi is survivalist. She is definitely decent in a devious group. I do like Kiwi. That leaves us without an athlete, but we just have to choose someone and give them some athlete skills, which wouldn't be bad. Alternatively, we could take an athlete and do the opposite, teach them survivalist skills. Dolores is always great devious. I take her a lot, though, so I feel like I should probably, you know, choose someone else every once in a while, but I do like Dolores. Dolores is really, really nice, and a very strong character as well, and lots of armor, which would be good for this. And she gains a ton of study and gold for having athletes in your crew. This card is incredible. Let's just put that out there and not talk too much more about it, because I think I've gone over this card a lot. Ultimate Athlete is really, really good. It's probably one of the best non-character cards. And I am tempted to take it. Now, I think there's one other person who gets Ultimate Athlete, but I do not recall who it is off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure there's one other person who gets it. Who is that? I don't actually know. I'm almost positive there's one other person who gets Ultimate Athlete. But, if there isn't, if I'm remembering incorrectly, and there is not another person who gets Ultimate Athlete, that just makes Dolores all the better if she is the only one. Ah, there we go. Ivan. Ivan can get Ultimate Athlete, which also, of course, makes Ivan very strong. Now, Ivan can go devious as well. He has Primal Roar, which is great. It's the same skill that Dolores has, but Dolores gets it earlier than Ivan does. Is that the only difference? Ivan also starts with a lot of speech power, so even though he can go devious, he's a lot less useful at the beginning. You can take Vow of Peace if you would like to increase his speech power, and that would be good if we're going to give him a lot of armor. I mean, that would be great. Maybe that is a way to go. That would be kind of interesting. Ivan is also a naturalist, but we'll probably keep the naturalist on Anna instead, and not have Ivan go that direction. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to do this, just because I use Dolores so often. Just to make a change, we could take Ivan instead, and you know, field research would be good for Anna if no one else. Okay. Okay. Now, the only thing that is of concern with this plan is if you do not get Vow of Peace within the first 1 or 2 challenges, you really hurt. You can feel the lack of speech power on Ivan. But you know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. I want to do it. Now, we can't start with Saxon Kings, because I really need to start with Celtic Code if we're doing this plan. That is a little unfortunate, but that's okay. And yeah, this is all fine. Okay. Okay. Also, min-jeong and Anna get along really well. So that's nice. And Organizer gives you 1 to 2 status from study every time min-jeong succeeds on a challenge, which is, you know, just bonus gravy on top of everything else. And Anna teaches additional naturalist perks, which makes field research really good if you decide to take those. Normally, I take Professor Perskova, mostly for the free secrets you can get. But if I did decide to teach Ivan just a bunch of naturalist perks that Anna already knows, field research would all of a sudden become very, very good. Okay, let's do this group. It's interesting, right? That's why we're in this. That's why we're doing this. It's interesting. Let's go. And apparently my wife is going to go to the store, and she wants to know what I want. I feel like that's the majority of communication in a relationship, is asking people what you want at the store. Seems like that's a lot of the text I send to her, is, I'm going to the store, what do you want? Alright, let's go. No tutorial, don't need it. And 33 out of 45 armor already, of course, because Ivan does start with probably the most armor in the game, or very close to it. He starts very, very high on armor. Now, we did not start with any diplomat levels, and that is going to be a little bit of a pain. Even though min-jeong can learn them, she just doesn't start with any. Come here, Merlin. What you want? Come here. Yeah, you want a lap, I know. Okay, start with some combat? Not a bad plan. Sure, let's start with some combat. A group of wolves. Okay, let's insult them. That will surely affect their moods. Right, Merlin? Merlin's very affected when he gets insulted. But he gets insulted because people aren't at home for him all the time, so I'm not sure that counts. He says it counts, but, you know, who asked him, right? Who asked you? Nobody. Nobody asked you, that's who. Yep, okay. Bath time. Bath time will make him feel better. Oh, you know what the problem with Ivan is, though? He never gets a better Terrify, try to Terrify. Oh well. We'll deal with it. Again, it will be interesting. He will always only have 75% speech power and 80% hit chance, which is kind of a pain. Yeah, it's a real pain, actually. But his AoE is good, and he's really good for the armor. We can't see right now. He's really good for the armor challenge. I'm willing to give it a shot. We never know. But yes, in case you're wondering, I'm aware that this is not ideal. I knew that from the beginning. A better choice would have been Dolores. There is no doubt. 100%. But I feel like I take Dolores a lot. Hopefully we will finish this Devious. I'm not sure we will. Although I guess it doesn't matter that much. We don't have any particular reason to finish Devious. In fact, we have a Mr. and Mrs. Aggressive quest, which we did just get. So, oh no, we didn't. I thought we did, but not quite. I should have probably just taken the Aggressive quest. Alright. Yeah, we don't actually have any goals in this particular run to solve conflicts in a particular way. So there's no reason we have to be devious. What an amazing place. The nature here has remained untouched for ages, and the forest cliffs hold valuable ore. Do we want to spend supplies to get both? Yeah, I kind of do. But we'd already be almost out of supplies if we did that. Let's just grab some research and move along. Some cuddly sheep. Sure, we'll fight cuddly sheep. Why not? There we go. And we should try to actually defeat them aggressively because it's worth a point. Why not? I can't quite do it there. I'll just go ahead and use AD's attack on this one. Oh, and Anna can't actually get into range. All right. We should easily be able to finish these off this turn and do enough aggressive attacks that we will certainly get aggressive. Now, we do have Mood Switcher here. That might be worth trying to accomplish. Let's see. If there's an attack that will not kill the sheep, that would be ideal, but I don't think there is. Nope, we're not going to get the Mood Switcher, unfortunately. We can't get back into aggressive in time. We could try to get into friendly instead. That would be kind of funny. Let's just finish off the sheep. If one of those attacks had not done all of the sheep's health, we could have gotten back into aggressive, and then it would have worked out perfectly. Instead, I lost both points, which was not intelligent of me, but that's the way it goes. All right, level up time. We're going to give Anna Naturalist Classical Physics, definitely. Ivan, I would really like you to have... oh, my wife is calling me. I probably should answer that. 1 second, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Gonna write down a note for myself to cut that out of the video. And we'll continue. Alright, Min-jeong. We definitely want to give her diplomat etiquette. Wait a minute, is that right? She does not have the skill that gives people diplomat etiquette for free, does she? No, does not look like it. Diplomat generous, alright. So we don't have to worry about etiquette being a double up. Go ahead and grab that. Good for speech power, too. And let's take a look at our campfire. Ah, Professor Proskirikova. That's a nice one to get early. I was really hoping for Ivan's card, but you know what? I'll take it. And as much as I'm tempted to hold on to the study, because 8 study later on could be very worthwhile, I do want those other character cards, and so I'm going to throw away everything else just to do it. And we will teach to Ivan, definitely. Ivan thinks it's important for the crew to learn about the natural sciences and engineering. After all, science is mankind's most important pursuit. Now, Ivan is a kind and gentle soul, so let's be nice and enthusiastic. Enthusiasm is contagious, and Anna is aware that she's already pretty intimidating to begin with, so she awkwardly slides toward Ivan and asks if he's heard of the totally rad sciences like physics. Ivan, of course, has. He is a naturalist himself, to some degree. But Ivan is normally a bit scared of Anna, but seeing her gentle side is really adorable. Not only does Ivan become interested in the sciences, but he grows to like Anna. And let's give him, I guess it doesn't matter which one, huh? Let's give him, physics. Alright. Good start, although we are hoping for Ivan's character card soon. That would be good. An overgrown rock formation with some herbs. Anna is obsessively curious and wants to destroy the rock to find out what's under it. And there's very little. So we will continue. Nature challenge here. Let's go take a look. A huge cliff. Alright. Min-jeong mentions there's plenty to find at the foot of the cliff, but maybe a survivalist or athlete would be able to climb the cliff and look for more specific treasures, and Ivan is willing to do so. Ivan found something that looks supernatural, really. The skull of Cernuus or a will-o-wisp. Interesting. One of these, I believe, is a Halloween item. Ooh, the will-o-wisp. Very nice. Gain an item Spooky Lantern, gain 10 to 15 status from secrets, or gain a discovery. I have no idea what the Spooky Lantern is, but I do know I have gotten it before. And I don't remember being overly impressed by it, but I'm going to look it up, because I'm sure you guys are curious, and I want to know if I should grab it. Here we go. What is the Spooky Lantern? Plus 8 attack power, looks like? Interesting. What else does it do? 8 attack power, 8 speech power, and gain engineer combustion. Interesting. Alright. I'm not sure we're that interested in the engineer perk. 8 attack power and 8 speech power is nice, but we are probably going to replace that with something better pretty quickly. It'd be nice for the meantime, though. Is that better than a discovery? Possibly. I mean, at this level of the game, 8 speech power and attack power is a lot. I kind of want the discovery, though. Let's just take that. Okay, and this is probably our hidden hoard, and we'll take another discovery, and it is, and there we go. 2 discoveries already, and we are starting to take debuffs. Min-jeong loses some grit. Alright. Some ruins. Anna finds some ancient Celtic writing on a stone. The crew's looking at this text with interest about where fairies live when suddenly a small person pops up. Ye, I am a fairy of old. Get off my land immediately or I'll cast a spell on you. It's obviously an orphan child. Nice try, kid. However, pretty impressive that she was able to suffer the script. And she's going to come with us as a journalist. Kind of a tiny journalist, but that's alright. We'll take it. And Min-jeong loses some speech power. That's not very good. Some mushrooms. Cool. What else are we losing? Some grit. We're going to take a lot of debuffs here. Just warning you. We're going to take a lot of debuffs here. Anna loses some speech defense. Alright. Continue. Some broken Celtic pottery. Some study and some collect. And we lose some more speech defense. The outdoors are not for everyone, but walking such a pristine landscape is bound to inspire someone with a passion for biology. Anna does not have a passion for biology yet, and she cannot learn it, so she is the optimal choice for this. Anna loves the living things on this planet, and probably wants to electrocute them, because that is what Anna does. More speech defense, okay. Go ahead and grab some supplies here, which will mean we can check out this last node, which is kind of a waste, because it's not going to have much, but that's alright. 1 study, 1 campaign, and we will go to the end. Now, our speech defense is very, very bad. Very bad. So we're going to have to be careful if we get a speech character with the battle with Rivalo. And we get Amir, who is speech-based, of course. So we are going to have to be a little careful around him. Min-jeong also lost some speech power, which is a little unfortunate. Amir does like it if you are devious, so he's going to be quite fond of us, which is nice. Alright, what do we want to do first? Min-jeong has not gotten her devious AoE yet. She's gotten her friendly aligned skill shot to start with, which is fine. How does Anna do against these guys? Pretty well, actually. Let's go ahead and take one of them out right away. And again, no reason at this point in the game that we have to be devious if we don't want to. Ivan cannot reach with any of his skills. How about Min-jeong? Can reach with her devious ability. Perhaps. Yes, indeed, and still does enough damage, even with the reduced speech power, to take him out in one hit. I do like Min-jeong in a devious crew for a multitude of reasons, but one of those is that she has a 2-range devious standard attack, which is very nice. But her AoE is just incredible as well. We were just barely out of range for Amir there. He can move very, very far. Okay, let's see. What can we accomplish this turn? Let's bring Amir up here. Or let's bring Anna up here, I should say. She has a decent AoE, but it's not quite enough to take out all of these guys in one hit, which is a little unfortunate. Her damage to Amir is pretty good. If we leave all these guys alive, we will be in trouble next turn, but Anna is our only AoE, so we are going to struggle to take them out. Let's go ahead and do some damage to Amir. Hopefully we hit. And we did. This will give us an idea of whether or not we can take Amir out on this turn or not. I'm going to guess the answer is no, but... Ooh, actually, Ivan does a lot of damage with Pinning Strike. If he hits this, we can just take out Amir this turn. Oh, and the miss. So unfortunate. That would have done it, definitely. Awkward. And Min-jeong cannot quite take him out. She can use Cute Stare to take out one of the mooks along with him. Along with doing a lot of damage to him, which is at least helpful. But, man, if Ivan had hit that attack, that would have been very, very easy to finish this fight. We do still have the goal of the Efficient. And that is something that we can try to do next turn with Anna's AoE. if they stay a little bit grouped up, which they probably will, because they're going to come try to kill us. My one hope right now is that we don't lose any resolve. It's looking okay at the moment, but we will see. If Anna takes one more attack, she will go down. Nope, okay. Gonna attack Ivan. That is fine. Good, 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 good. I feel very fortunate about that. Let's go ahead and get the efficient and finish off Amir at the same time. And there we go. So Rivalo is a lot ahead of us. I mean, a lot ahead of us, right? 2 points to 10. Not exactly a close game at the moment. Part of that is because he got extra diplomat before we could get to it, but he also got amazing armor before we can get to it, because somehow, Rivalo is allowed to level up his armor during an expedition, and we can't do that. Kind of annoying. Say Hood Figure. Amazing! I saw how you handled that encounter just now. Your strength showed in that fierce battle. I'm honored that someone like you is looking for our history. I thirst for knowledge. And we do want the Sea Sapphire if we can get it. Definitely. It's a great item for Anna. And there it is. And the reason it's a great item is because +1 study at the end of each expedition for each level of Naturalist. And we're going to have a lot of levels of Naturalist from Professor Paskirikova's Campfire card. I mean, as it is, I think we're already going to have 4 extra just from this campaign, which is pretty good. Five extra, actually. Nice. And extra 2 insight from that Will-O-Wisp, and 1 from the Sea Sapphire. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with that expedition. Now, this has been quite a long one. I took a little while to set up today. So we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. And we will work on the overworld map next time. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, we do a good job on this episode. We'll see. Not a great start points-wise, but we will we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time in Renowned Explorers.